I was still real bad. I was on the ward for a very long time, not knowing what was happening to me. I was experiencing a lot of illnesses. On top of illnesses, I was being treated for those, and there's still no improvement of my illness. And then the doctor came and told me that, Miss Dawkins, you've been here almost a month now, and the only test that we did not run on you was an HIV test. But on the ward, all this time, I was not able to move or leave my bed to go anywhere. But one morning I remember getting pills, yes, but this pill was a different pill from any other that I usually get. The nurse brought this pill to me the morning, and after taking it after 3 to 4 hours, possibly about, I got it 6 o'clock that morning, and I realized I start feeling different feelings, like I'm recuperating fast, and I was wondering what was happening to me. I realized I was able to move by myself much better. Then, in regards to knowledge, I didn't have no knowledge of HIV and antiretrovirals, and possibly then it was an antiretroviral med that I've gotten. But when he came by my bedside, he said, I was telling him about the pill and how it worked, and a magic pill, and he was there laughing and laughing with me, and we were talking, and I said, well, I don't know. He said, you sure it's not your mind? And I said, I don't know none of that, but I say, we don't usually get no other pill that one are different. And I say, well, we did that test, And he started telling me about every other thing except the result. And then suddenly he said to me, Miss Dawkins, the result is back, and that you're HIV positive. All I could say was, me dead now. And he said, but dead, you know, see how the magic pill bring you back. And I said, but Doc, you know, everybody have this dead. You know, say, as long as you say you have this is death for me. And he said, well, that's what you believe is going to happen to you? And I said, yes. He said, can I tell you something? I said, guess what? The magic pill that you took this morning, those are pills that you're going to start taking. If they are magic pills and you take them correctly, they will work for you. 3 weeks later, I was on the ward still, feeling much better, walking around doing things for myself because I'm taking meds, I'm feeling better. And my mom did not return to see me. I don't know what's going on. I didn't have a phone to call him because I think at the time the phone I had, they had it. And so I didn't have a phone to call him what was happening. So I thought, okay, probably they didn't have the money to come and look for me because I know she was not working and she didn't have it like that, and she have other younger siblings to take care. So I sort of, let me say I was using excuses to find out what happened. But eventually I feel better now and I had to go home. There was nobody to take me home. So I took my bag and I leave the hospital and I went into the town and I got a ride. And I was supposed to get the taxi. I realized it's like nobody don't want to, drive in the car. So I told him, pull the taxi, man, I'll drive in the trunk. And I drive in the trunk of the car to go to my mom's house. So when I go to my mom's house, the guy he was my cousin, so he took out the bag out of the trunk for me and I came out and he was calling her. No answer. But immediately we see the windows start to close. House windows start to close. My daughter at that time, she was 5 years old. She didn't know what was happening, but she was the one taking care of her. She was there. So I hear she start crying out, mommy, mommy to me. I was saying, come now, Tommy. And I heard somebody that was my stepfather said, lock out the window there, lock out the window there. I don't want her over here. Not over here. And I said, what go on? And then the guy who drove the car sped away, and then I realized every other car that come up, because I was actually not in the middle of the road, but inside it's like them I say, come out the road for me killing all the girl and all these things. So I say, what is going on? Didn't know that my mom got the information. Don't have the knowledge of privacy or confidentiality. She went home and told my family, and it spread throughout the community. So when I got home, everybody knew. So I was treated bad, real bad by my family. I realized then, since she said that, I had left St. Mary for the parish I was from for a long time. I was in another parish working. And so when I got home, the house that I grew up in was the house I left from to go to seek better thing there, better life, I should say. And when I went out to find better life, I went back, the house was very broken down because everybody moved out, everybody gone, it was broken. But I realized I had to go back there to do something, either catch it up or do something. That's the only place I had to go back. And I went back there with tears in my eyes to realize I could not see my child. And my mom didn't want to have nothing to do with me. So I went back down there. When I went back down there, I prepared to clean up the place and I fixed it up as best as I could. But while I was there, I was not well safe. I was still recovering. I did not know that I need to go seek treatment or so, because when I got the medication from the hospital, that's all I had. But I realized now, people are passing, they're throwing words, they're talking about bombing the place, burning it down with me, all sorts of stuff. Because most of the time, because of the place is so grown up, I sit down on the tree and I hear what they say when they're passing. So I'll just say some stigmatizing and discriminative action and behavior towards me. And then I was saying, God, this is it. Nothing more to live. And I tried so many things, but I've gone through so much in that community. I remember when I went to, I have $20 in my hand, or $50. I don't remember how, I took it from, I came back home with the hospital. I don't remember how I got the $50, but I have $50. And at that time, tin mackerel was for $50. And I remember when I went to a shop, I had looked in the yard and I found, I think, banana I had. And I roasted the banana. Peel it and roast it and said, can I go buy one tin mackerel? And I went to the shop to order the tin mackerel. The shop was well stocked. So tin mackerel and everything was on the shelves. And when I asked for it, I didn't even went inside because I know what people is saying. I stay outside and I asked the shopkeeper, can I send me a tin mackerel? The person said they don't have any tin mackerel. So I said, what's on it? So she don't have any to sell me. Basically, she have it, but not to sell me. I said, okay. And I took it. When I was going home, I was just crying. I was just crying. I was going so slowly, and I hear a crew of girls from my community who, because at that time, it's not like I was growing up, not to let me say disassociate myself with them, but because of the type of girls they were, I did not really talk up to them, unless we could say they were not my type of friends. And so I could remember they were they're going towards where I live, and they were threatening to come and firebomb my house, and they had some bleach or whatever they had in the bottle, shaking up and talking. Because where I was, I could see them, but they could not see me. So when I heard that, now I hide into some bushes, and the bushes that I hide into had in some weed that scratch real hard. We call it couch. I remember when I hide in that couch, and I watched them pass. I was saying, God, I'm grown now, I don't have anywhere to live. Or what am I going to manage now when they firebomb me? When I go around there, they were there and they're calling out to me with most disgraceful names, stigmatizing and discriminative names and words and all of that, just describing who I was or was not. And I heard them from all the way out the road, and I just sit down under a guinea tree until I know they're calmed down and they left. They go further around the road and say, one of them said, I can't do it another day, man. Wait till she in there another night, And they left. I don't know where they went, but I just hurriedly went back home, and I sat under my almond tree and I couldn't bear it no more. I was just crying. And I said, God, I can't take this no more. So I went in, and at that time, the medication I was on, I knew now that it is Zydalam N. At that time, all I knew is that I should take it twice a day. And I just took the whole bottle, and I just swallowed it all. And I remember, I think my recovering and transforming from being stigmatized and discriminated was a spiritual one. Because when I couldn't take it no more and I do this and I took those pills, I did not for long. Inside of me was like it's bubbling up, like it's just bubbling up. And when I feel like I'm going to throw up, when I went around the back, I threw up back every single pill that was in the bottle. I counted them because I was saying, seriously? Oh God. And when I look, I see all the pills that I threw up, was in the bottle. I threw them up back. And I said, boy, you can let me know if you're dead. In that same night, I went to bed. And I woke up. It's as if the atmosphere was not the atmosphere of the room that I was in. And I said, yes, them firebomb the house with you. Because I wake up, I didn't feel any heat. But I saw like smoke or I don't know what that was, mist in the room. And I was saying, them burning the house with me in there, with me, them LR, all this thing I was asking. But I realized when I woke up, I was not even lying on the bed. I was actually floating in here in the mid, and I heard the voice said, "You shall not die, but live and declare." And then he go back and said, I gave you the power of love and joy. And I said, okay. And then he gave me another scripture of 2 Timothy 1 and verse 7. He said, he gave me another scripture, and I started saying, these are two scriptures I'm going to live by for the rest of the life. And when I realized I wasn't floating, it's like, because I get so scared, I said, God. And I shut and I realized that the atmosphere changed. It's as if the mist was a curtain and it just pulled back in the room. And I was back on the bed, the makeshift bed I was lying down on. And I wake up in the morning and I look out and I saw the sunshine and I say, yes, God, you give me another chance at life. It must be for a reason and purpose under this. And I think I started feeling good about myself, and I started using, I think I found a piece of old cutlass that I had to wrap up a piece of material and start chopping down the place, cleaning it up. Like I don't care if people want to see me anymore. I start preparing, I start sending my daughter to school. We've went through a lot of things that I really don't have enough time. It's not here for this interview to tell you, but my daughter and I, we have gone through a lot. Now I am at the treatment center as an adherence counselor, and I'm still helping people. So I really have a lot of good stories that comes out of my story and how I come around to help people. So this is one of the also another way of helping persons, because I see where they're going through. I see where there are a lot of times, even my family, I could remember even recuperating and stuff, they were not educated. And this, I see where this is the stigma and discrimination come from. A lot of the person was not educated. And even now, I had to go to my mother's house and sensitize my mother and siblings in order for them to accept me. Because when I go there, usually have a separate cup and plate for me until they were sensitized. And even last year, or earlier this year, from last year to earlier this year, my sister had an involvement with another entity that gave the family support. She was my support. And she came with every session with me and supported me and realized how important it is to give support. And she's been very, very supportive in regards to certain things with me now. So I think the basic thing for this is to give support and sensitization.